Hey, what is the best song on that album? Because No Remorse has got to be top three, right?
Yeah, it's top three. It might be the best. Four
Phantom
Horsemen.
Lord,
Four Horsemen
Horseman.
might I might like Four Horsemen a little better.
I think I think No Remorse is probably my favorite, actually.
No, that's your top.
I think it is, yeah.
It is. It's such a groove. There's such a good groove.
And it's
Yeah,
got the thrash thing at the end,
Yeah, it
yeah,
gets.
yeah.
and it's super pissed off. It's not a Mustaine song.
It's underrated, but they all are, Tim.
All right, I forgot. I forgot that he plays bass.
He plays all
Doesn't
the instruments on that. He sings on that, actually. Did you know that?
it doesn't have the Leonard Skinner breakdown like he wrote for Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. There's no Skinner.
Sweet Home
Yeah,
Alabama breakdown.
Sweet Home
yeah,
Alabama. Yeah.
Don't.
When I heard that, it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I
When I
know.
heard that's what I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
it is that. Damn it.
And I was like, damn it, he's right for once. Shit.
He's I was like, fuck.
He's not lying
I
this
don't
time. Come on,
I
man.
don't want to hear
it's
about
it's
that.
like four more chords than the Skinner song, though. So it's far more advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more advanced, but you
And
still,
the bass on that is I don't
well,
know. I don't know if you guys have like thought of the bass part on that part of the song, but that's always for me been like the coolest thing because he's just basically doing a bass, a pretty simple but effective bass solo throughout the whole thing. He's just
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just kind of going throughout.
I don't know
Have you
if I
not
ever
you've
paid
not noticed
attention.
that?
No,
I
I've
had to
always
learn
liked the
that
solo
song
that
for one of
Kirk
the
plays,
jams.
but
So yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had learned a song on bass, I should say, for one of the jams. So yeah.
yeah.
yeah. He's doing some really cool shit on there. I
Yeah.
Huh.
can't believe I can't believe
I'm trying to find
Tim,
my.
rhythm
I
section, other guy is not listening to the bass guitar part, but
I
whatever.
don't know. Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
trying to find my copy of. I have the I have the this thingy.
Oh yeah.
The but I had this. I'm trying to find my CD. Not that it really matters, but
Yeah, this band I don't have
Fuck.
funny enough, I have their latest album and I have I think it's of Kingdom and Crown. Or is that the latest? That's the latest one. I have what is it the other
yeah,
one I have?
you have the one that I don't have. You have Bloodstone and
Yes.
Diamonds on
Yeah,
vinyl, and
that's
I don't
right.
have that.
Yeah, I have that on vinyl.
I don't. I have
It's crazy.
I don't, yeah.
I wanted to show
I
off
only
my
have
new. God damn it! My new Ghost
oh
album.
you got
I forgot where I
Oh
put
yeah,
it.
they're right here right now. Yeah.
Shit! Oh wait, is that it? No, that's Bob Seger. Well, shit. I swear to God, I have it.
We got Joe's already with those Forbidden vinyl too.
I
That's a
know he's
shame.
all
I
set
know
up.
I
It's kind of
have.
sad.
Yeah, it's sad. Definitely. Oh well, this will come out. Time will pass. Nobody will give two fucks. So
No,
whatever.
No.
nobody's gonna
I
nobody's gonna
have
care.
the live Ghost album.
I hear that people are
Some
already pirating the live stream. So
Oh, of course.
if you if you
If
want to
you
get
put
it
that
in
out in
a
the world,
suspicious way, I'm sure you could find it pretty easily.
it's going to be out tomorrow, probably. So I wouldn't
Yeah, probably so.
worry about it. But I mean, don't steal shit. Come on, it's not that expensive. You just have to pay a subscription. Do you know what it was like when we were young? You had to actually buy the album. You fucking pieces of shit.
Well,
Like,
the things we had to do just to get our entertainment,
well,
period.
one of us had to buy it, and then we could
One of
share
us
it.
had to buy it. Yeah.
yeah.
But still, that was better than
If
it
if
wasn't
you
out there
wanted to
on
see
streaming.
live footage of a concert, you had to go to a record convention and buy a VHS tape,
That's right.
a bootleg
Yeah.
back in my day for $20.
Back in my day.
Wasn't even that even now I think $20 for a VHS tape is kind of a lot.
If you have a VHS tape now, that's weird.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd spend $100 easy at those places because you're like, oh my God, Metallica bootleg.
I remember working at Tower Records, making $6 an hour, and and looking at the CDs and thinking I have to work 3 hours just to buy a CD.
Yeah.
3 fucking hours for one CD because they were 18 whatever, and it was actually more because of taxes, but
Mhm.
still, like the principle was, like fuck,
Yep.
it sucks.
I have my copy of Load. Bear with me a second here. Okay.
What is it?
Okay, my
Bear
copy
with
of
him.
Load still has the Tower Records sticker on it, which you probably can't see, but it's $11.99.
Oh my
Well, that's a good
gosh.
deal. That's a really good deal.
That is a good deal.
Unfortunately, it's just a little bit. I haven't even opened it yet. And it's kind of beat up a little bit, but this is the
You beat it
original
up and
press.
it's not open.
Unopened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I might as well just open it at this point because it's a little bit. The edges are a little frayed. It's kind of been through some shit, but
You might get like
I never
$60 on Discogs.
I
You
might.
might actually.
Some
You could buy
original
probably
pressing.
two of
I'd
them.
open.
Two of a newer one.
Yeah.
Is that
two
a
of the black and-
160 or 180 gram?
I'm sure it's
It's
160.
very light. So I'm at 160. Feels very
So
light.
you could get a better sounding one. Probably two of them.
Potentially,
price of
yeah.
one, though.
I should just buy it anyway. I should buy the other one anyway.
Yeah, don't be a jerk. Buy it.
I think
Yeah.
that Ride the Lightning Splatter already sold out, by the way.
Oh, I
You
know
didn't get
that
one
one.
yet?
Yeah, that was.
I didn't get it. Because I went on the site today and it's like 404 error, site not found. I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah, it was. They only pressed like a couple thousand, I think. So
yeah. It's pretty cool. I mean,
I was.
I have the Walmart version, so I was good.
I have.
I think that's the one I got that I fucking scratched up the very same day I bought it.
Oh.
No, you know what? I got that at Back to the Media, which could have been a Walmart version because they take in they take used copies of shit. I don't think it was used.
Yeah.
I don't.
I have the OG over here somewhere. It's all beat up.
Hey Tim, just so you're aware, where'd he go?
Yeah, I'm here.
Jesus.
You must not keep.
Are you okay?
Talking to a chair.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the OG pressing.
We
It's
were-
just beat up.
So our band, me and Eric, we were playing Maneater. We're gonna add that to our repertoire.
Yeah.
The riff that basically the main like verse riff, it's the same notes as the end of Fade to Black. So
Is it really?
hopefully it goes BAG back up. So I started playing it on bass, like the guitar part, and we were running through it, and I was like, this actually sounds pretty good. So
I started doing
So-
the solo at the end. That thing.
Are you gonna actually like do that live?
That oh,
Like, are you gonna-
maybe.
I think we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
You should, because like I think you're the. I can't say you're the first person to figure that out, but you're probably like no one's done that, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't
No
think so.
one's discovered that the just the
It was
chord
like I
progression
was
is
thinking like
identical.
if this guy has been through the ringer with some woman who fucked him over, he's probably suicidal. So it's like
There you go.
a good
Oh yeah,
progression,
you could you could slowly merge the two, and next thing
Yeah.
you know, it's double bass and
I guess we should talk about some other stuff and get into the show.
Yeah.
In the episode. Into the meat of the
Yeah.
episode. The meat.
Oh, I did have a question.
Yeah.
For you, Tim. Like where is like how do you Android people? How do you Android
Check it out, dude.
weirdos? Wait, I
Yeah,
meant
both now.
how do you people how do I say this without sounding
You
racist?
people.
How do you fuckers no how does an Android listener get our podcast?
Spotify.
That's good.
Probably Spotify. I use something called Pocket Casts, which is also on Apple, but I just like it because it's
How does a
only for
normal person
podcasts.
who's just off the beaten path a little and has an Android, how do they get that? Just Spotify?
Spotify. I
You
mean,
go to the Google Play Store and you download Pocket Cast. And that's
yeah,
it.
or
20
Spotify,
steps.
or I mean, you can. Doesn't the Apple stuff work on this? What is the Apple one? It's just Apple Podcasts,
Po-
right?
They have
Apple
their own
Podcasts.
built-in thing. And
Oh,
that
yeah,
was my
like-
question was, does Android have like their own built-in
Oh,
like,
I
podcast
think they
player or
did.
something?
Yeah, Google Podcasts was around, but they killed it because I think they were just
Oh,
like,
okay.
no one's using this. Everyone uses Spotify or whatever, and
Yeah.
Spotify. Okay.
Spotify's probably the most common. Which, by the way, if anyone's listening uses Spotify, give us 5 stars on Spotify,
There you go. Please do.
or
And
however
Apple
many stars you feel
Podcasts,
you deserve.
or wherever you listen to your podcast.
If you listen to Apple, I think Apple Podcasts allows you to leave an actual review.
Yeah, or iTunes.
So-
I don't know if people still listen to podcasts on iTunes. That was a whole thing for a
I don't
while
think
too.
they do. But I'm pretty sure Apple Podcasts allow you. Which now that I have an iPhone and an Android, I have both. I believe you can leave a review.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably shouldn't do this right
That
now.
would be good if people can actually take like 2 minutes and just give us 5 stars.
Yeah, rate us, review us, give
Help
us
if you
5
don't-
stars.
Algorithm.
If you don't want to give us 5 stars, like email Eric first. Just vent a little with him and see what you think. Then, right? Is that fair? No.
Somewhere in time podcast at gmail.com, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Send us
That's
your
it.
grievances.
That's
Yeah,
right.
if you have
Airing of the
grievances, do that elsewhere, and then maybe we'll reconsider the
Yeah, we could.
less
yeah,
than 5
we
stars.
yes.
We will we will assuage your ego properly,
Depends on if,
maybe.
if you can tell us something like, well, Risk is an awesome album, we might not.
Well, no, yeah, that's true. Like, that's weird. You're weirdo.
I mean,
But we're
sorry.
prompt with our responses because I think both Tim and I
I-
get these. I know I get notified when they come in, so
Mhm.
we'll be quick with our responses if you have feedback.
Yes. Yes.
I'm looking on Spotify now for our podcast. I think I found. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you'll
I
find
should follow it. I followed on the Apple version, so I'll follow it here.
I have
probably
to say
should.
that Android is so similar to Apple or vice versa. But when I got the iPhone, the work phone, there were 0 issues with understanding the interface.
Yeah,
just-
it was not difficult at all.
No,
I've
it's
always
like,
said that.
okay.
It's really about personal preference. Like if I had
Yeah.
started with Android as my first smartphone, I'm sure I would be an Android user. But I just happened to get an iPhone as my first smartphone, and I was like, well, this is what I like, so I'm gonna keep using this.
Yeah, the iPhone, right?
Yeah, the iPhone. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always liked the idea of knowing how to use both.
I
which is
mean,
why I
if
love
you want
Android, so-
to, yeah. I mean, iPhone is obviously way more popular and a smarter choice for normal people. But if you're an Android person, there's the same avenues out there. If you,
I think
are
in
a weirdo.
the field that I work, a lot of people prefer Android because it's a lot more.
It's
It's
more
not
like a
as-
PC.
Yeah, well, that and you can modify
You
it
think,
a lot easier
yeah,
than
it's
iPhone.
pretend customizable. It's really
Right.
not. But
Yeah, yeah.
if you think,
like
if
you have to
think
jailbreak an iPhone if you want to do weird things with it and stuff like that.
yeah,
I don't
if you
even know
want to
that's still
feel
a thing
like you're
or
doing something different, that's a great phone for you. I'm full of shit.
Eh,
not. I did have an Android tablet for like a year, and I never used it, so I sold it. I was like,
The OS got way better over the years. It's really good now.
They're all named after like
Same-
fruity ice creams, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't
that
even
was
know
the
which one it
operating
is.
system. Yeah, it was like
It was
you know,
like
what was it?
blueberry cream or some shit, right?
Yeah, it's
Ice cream sandwich or something. I don't know.
it's dumb.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lollipop bicycle. I don't know.
That's really stupid.
Anal liquor, fruity anal liquor. Wait, it's weird.
Oh,
Wow.
It's
All right.
But anyway, yeah.
It's your phone, Tim.
Well, the other weird thing is that some apps work better on Android and some apps work better on iPhone, and it's like there's no rhyme or reason to
Yeah.
either. It's just like
I had an Android phone for a while just to see what the other side was like, and
yeah,
honestly, yeah, it was really not that different. It was just
no.
It was just your personal preference.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm full of shit about this. Just like I just like the iPhone better because that's what I've been used to for the most of the time. So I went back to it.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, it's the more popular one, like you said. So if you're going somewhere and someone's like, "Let me see your phone," they're probably more likely to feel more comfortable with an iPhone if you hand them an iPhone.
Yeah.
Because I've handed somebody my phone to take a picture, and they're like, "Oh, like that is one thing that's a little bit different as the phone, or as the camera. Sorry, the camera.
Yeah.
Well, the cameras are all better on everything not an iPhone, which is
Yeah.
weird. But
Yeah.
like but also like, your texts to us come in green and we think you're like destitute. So like
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I can be destitute. It's fine.
but yeah, you're actually saving because it's a little bit cheaper probably. But,
It wasn't that cheap. This phone's expensive. So
They are expensive.
yeah.
they're all expensive. They're all, you know what? Fucking phones now are more than your PCs.
Practically, yeah.
Can be, yeah.
They really are. Like they're at least as much or as much as your iPad if you have an iPad. Like my iPad cost probably less than my last phone. But my phone's on a payment plan and with the with the monthly payments to the place, so I don't really notice it. But I'm pretty sure like the phone itself was more than the tablet.
Shit ain't
We
cheap,
got
man.
them about the same time.
All right. Should we get into this thing?
Are we
Have
done?
we got enough banter?
Talking about phones.
What do we got to talk about still?
All right. Welcome to Somewhere in Time podcast, everybody.
Tim's tech talk was over here.
That's right. Triple T, Tim's Tech Talk.
Yeah.
It's like Triple D,
God.
but not quite the same.
Oh no. No.
You're gonna start spiking your hair and bleach blonde and putting your sunglasses on the back of your head.
Oh
Like Guy
God,
Fieri.
no. Oh no.
Do it. Do it.
Oh my God. Start playing golf.
Do it. Do it.
All right. Somewhereintimepodcast.com is where you find us online. All of our episodes are streaming there. You can find us on any, well, that's a stupid thing to say. Find us on any podcast app because you're listening to us right now. So you know what podcast app to
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations.
You figured it out.
You did it.
Congratulations.
All right. Well, I'm Eric and Tim is here.
Yes,
As you
sir. I'm
heard.
here.
It's Tech
Yeah.
Talk. And Joe's here.
Hey. Yeah, we're here.
And this episode, Keith is not joining us for this episode. So he'll be back soon, I'm sure, but we're going to soldier on without him and talk about Machine Head, which he may not have liked anyway. So we'll see. Might be okay. All right. So yeah, Burn My Eyes is the album. We'll play a little bit of this to get going. First track's probably good.
Yeah.
It's a long intro. So I'll fast forward a little bit. Flash.
Yeah.
We'll get into the vocals and stuff later, but for now, we'll pause that. All right. So Machine Head is Robb Flynn, lead vocals and rhythm guitar, Logan Mader on lead guitar for this album anyway, Adam Deuce on bass and backing vocals, and Chris Cantos on drums, which this is the only Machine Head album to feature Chris Cantos on drums, and produced by Colin Richardson, co-producing credits to Machine Head as well. And yeah, this album was released on October 12th, No, I'm sorry. That was when they were formed. I don't know when this album was released. Never mind. They formed on October 12th, 1991. I can tell you that, though. So for those who don't know, Robb Flynn was the lead guitar player in Vio-Lence before forming this band. So
yes.
And this is now he's singing and playing guitar, and I don't think he was writing lyrics until this band, because I went back and looked at Vio-Lence's songwriting credits, and it was mostly Phil Dimmel. No, I'm sorry, not Phil Dimmel. Let me say, what's his name? Singer dude in Vio-Lence, Sean Killian.
Yeah. That's 100% correct.
Yeah. So this is Robb Flynn's first attempt at lyrics, to my knowledge. So
yeah, I believe you're correct.
And
there are two songs in this album that were proposed to Vio-Lence and rejected.
Yes. Well, I knew what Death Church was one, right?
Yeah.
Posed House of
And Blood
Brought
for
the
Blood
songs
was
to
the other one.
violence. Okay.
like
Yeah, he
composed
brought
by
these songs
whom?
to Robb Flynn.
By Robb Flynn? Okay.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
wrote these
Yeah,
songs,
okay.
brought on the violence, and they were like, "Nah, no thanks."
Yeah.
So, Death Church was the first song that they ever that was written as a Machine Head song, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
So, what I have as far as the formation of the band, this is from Wikipedia, so take it with a grain of salt. But on October 12th, 1991, vocalist guitarist Robb Flynn attended the Day on the Green Festival in Oakland, California, featuring Metallica, Queensryche, Faith No More, and Soundgarden. Unhappy with the creative direction of then current band Vio-Lence, he became inspired to form his own band. Later that evening, he asked his friend and longtime, or I'm sorry, he asked his friend and longtime Vio-Lence fan Adam Deuce to join the then unnamed side project, which became Machine Head. So, and I have a little clip here of Robb Flynn explaining kind of what his vision was of Machine Head when they first started. So we'll play that.
I had a pretty clear vision, looking back. I was putting it all, I was kind of manifesting it on just even when we started selling the demo, it was like urban reality, ungodly brutality, like industrial, I wanted Alice in Chains in there. I wanted kind of ministry sound collage thing. I wanted it, I was trying to get away from the thrash thing, but I was writing thrashy stuff, but I didn't want it to be thrash.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be new. I wanted it to be fresh. I wanted it to be something different. And I don't know if I knew what that was right then, but I was like, this is where we got to go.
Yeah.
We got to look different. We got to sound different. We got to be something new and fucking blow people's minds.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. Like, good.
I know Lars was impressed by this album because he took them out and I guess it was 95, but Metallica were
Lars
in the studio for
is that
Lars Ulrich. Lars Ulrich.
from
Not
that-
Lars from Rancid. A
from
different.
Danish.
No, sorry, Lars Ulrich. Metallica were in the studio recording Load, and they were doing the Escape from the Studio shows, and they nabbed Machine Head to open those some of
Oh,
those
wow.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were quite impressed.
Well, so were we. I mean, I remember this album came out.
Yeah.
I don't- Well, I don't recall if. Yeah,
Wait.
I know.
Parse the
Okay,
we.
when I say we, I mean me and Tim.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we knew it was Robb Flynn from Vio-Lence. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we read
Yeah,
that
I can't remember if it was a
somewhere or-
video that we saw first or what. but-
No, we hadn't heard it at all because I bought it kind of, unheard. I knew it was Robb Flynn's new band, and I
Okay.
bought it at Tower, and I was like, okay, well, this could be like death metal. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Just know it's Robb Flynn.
Right.
And when we took it home and put it on, and the first thing you hear is that sort of death metal.
Yeah, right. Uh-oh.
Oh no, it's not death metal, but it's a kind of it's like that.
That
I
growl.
was like, is this
yeah.
how it's gonna sound? And then he
Yeah.
starts singing. I was like, okay, cool, this is good.
Yeah. So
Concerns
Joe
were alleviated.
did not have the same feelings, I don't think, in 94.
I did not. So this has been quite a circuitous, like I shouldn't even say that. It's just been like a weird journey for me with these bands. This album itself, I was not into. When you guys got it, it was just like I didn't dig it. I didn't like come out and hate it, but I was like, like I'd heard it probably once, and I was like, it's not for me. We even saw them open for
Slayer.
They opened for Slayer.
Slayer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And they
That was the Biohazard, and then
yeah, that's
Machine
right.
Head and
And
Slayer,
and,
yeah.
and they and it was a good show. And I didn't hate being there. I just was like, this isn't really my thing, because there was a lot of like, I don't know, my maybe I should just come out with these now, like my issues with the album. I think my
Yeah.
biggest problems are
I'm very
the
curious,
vocals. I don't think he is singing true to himself on this album. I don't think the way he projects, I think it's like a guy trying to sound like a tough guy with a deeper range than he is. And I think that was maybe my biggest problem right away. It was because he does a lot of that, like he's just like, and I was like, "Are you trying to shit? What are you doing?" Like, that's, and it's all over the album, and I don't dig that at all. Like, and I also didn't like a lot of there's so much reliance on harmonics. With the
That's what I
riffs.
love about it.
Yeah, that's
I get it, and they kind of grew on me as I listened to the album more and more. I kind of I got more into those harmonic things that I kind of like them now. So it's so weird. I was so like hating on this album. Not even like what a week
Yeah, you
ago.
were. I know.
And I was like, I don't even know
about it. Going, what the fuck?
I came home from work and I was listening to the album and I'm like, I fucking hate this, right? And I was like, well, I need to keep listening to this because there's no reason for me to like, there's nothing here like objectively that I should dislike about it. So I kept listening and I was grinding with it and I'm like, this is really actually a fucking great album. Like I questioned my own ability to rate albums almost with this. So I'm like, this is actually really fucking good stuff. I will say that when I texted you guys, I noticed that the sequencing of the album was all fucked up because sometimes Apple Music does that. If you add an album to your playlist, it's all out of order. Wow. So that was a little fucked up. It was completely fucked, like the order. So, but I mean, how much should that count? Like, if an album's good, it's gonna be good in any order, right? So that's kind of a bullshit reason to not dig an album. But
yeah.
And I should say also that there's plenty of Machine Head songs that I really like that weren't on this album, like later on. Like the last album, I fucking think is one of the greatest metal albums like of that year. Like it's fucking awesome.
Awesome.
So it's not like I don't think they have credibility or they're not like a worth a shit band. I think they're fucking really good. It's weird because I never got into this album back then. I know you guys were, and even like my brother John was into the album, and I was just like, I just didn't dig it, And I don't know what happened. Like something about like listening to it. I feel like this is gonna sound stupid, but it was almost like telling you guys, like admitting finally, like I fucking hate the album. Cleared things out, and I could listen to it objectively. Like, you know what I mean? Like I could just be like, okay, all right, good. All right, that's how I feel about it. And then I listened to it again and again and again. And I was like, oh, you know what? Actually, this is honestly pretty fucking goddamn good. And I was almost embarrassed to tell you guys that I liked it again because I was like, they're gonna fucking be mad at me for fucking saying that I didn't like it before.
Whatever.
But I really fucking like it, and it's I don't know, it's really weird. I went through this metamorphosis of this album. Like it's really it's actually a really good thing. It doesn't really fit in with albums of that time. It's its own, like it's thrash, true. But it's not. It's heavy, but it's not. My only quibble with the album is his vocals. I think he's trying to sound tougher than his vocals are. His lowness, and he grows into that eventually. Like on the last album, he's got a deeper voice because he's older. I think that's the cause of it. But that's probably my only thing about the album that I'm like, he's like trying to sound like a tough guy, and he's.
Well, and remember, this is their first album, and this is I'm sure the first time he sang lead vocals. So he's trying to, and he does things
voice. Like the 1, 2, 3, go, and I was like, maybe you should just save that for the live shows. Like you shouldn't probably do that on the album, like stuff like that. But I thought initially there was an over reliance on this harmonics and stuff, but like once I kept listening to it, I was like, no, they make sense. If that's what he's trying to do, I kind of get it,
Yeah, I mean,
I think we were into that immediately.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
what really
yeah.
drew me into it. I mean, a lot
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
And it's not that
It was just a weird thing because that was always an album where I was like, maybe I didn't tell you guys, but I was always like laid back on it. I was like,
yeah.
like there was something about it. I was just like, nah, I don't want to
Well,
talk
no,
about it.
I think we knew going into this that like you weren't a huge fan of this album. I remember Tim, you said that when we saw them, you were even, like Joe was even saying, they have one good
But yeah,
song.
I remember you saying the only good song they played was "Old," the song "Old." Like that's the only good song on the album. I remember you saying that, and I was like,
But going back to this album, like it's fucking the whole album is great. Like
Yeah, it is. The
either
song
I've
Block. Oh my God,
gotten
the song Block.
even though maybe my mind is opened or something. I don't know, but it's really good stuff. And
Well, I do wonder also if like your exposure to the newest album and really getting into that helped a little bit too. I mean, I
I'm
know his
sure it
voice is a
did.
little bit different,
yeah,
but his songwriting is still
His
there.
voice now fits so much better to the music.
oh yeah,
Well, and he also
Because he's
started
older
adding
and he's got a
more.
deeper voice.
He started adding more like melodic things too around when Through the Ashes of
But
Empires came out.
yeah, I think the
But-
songwriting is far better. Like we had a text
Oh, yeah.
chat going about how like some people thought this was the best album, in their category in their catalog, and it's like, well, no, it's not.
no,
Yeah.
it's not.
You can tell this is like we're a band trying things, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, for sure. They're trying to figure out what they are, and
Yeah.
I'm always shocked when I see that. They're like their best album is it's either this or the second album. It's always those are the two that are always first or
I couldn't
second. I'm
even.
like,
I don't even know if I could tell you a song on the second album. Frankly,
the second album's good too. 10-Ton Hammer, you know,
what does the name? What's the name of that album?
it is
I
the more
really
things change.
There
Okay.
was really something about how
a good
they
album.
relied on harmonics so much on the album that I really, even until like
Okay.
when I was texting you guys about how I felt about the album, like I really thought that was like, I don't know, cheating or just like a shortcut. Even though I liked the band, just going back to this album in particular, I was like, I just feel like that was like a shortcut, but it's really not. Like I get it. He's using the harmonics in a way that are accentuating a riff. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's no other band that I can think of, no other metal band that was doing that stuff. So
I mean, not really. In
Yeah, I mean,
94?
not to the effect that he's using it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, Prong
he
did
uses it on like
Prong
half
was
the
doing a
songs
lot
on
of
that
artificial
album.
harmonics, but
Yeah,
these are
but
like
Yeah, Prong.
but
natural
that's
harmonics. Yeah,
but it's like pinches, right? He's doing like just
yeah. These are These are more natural
true,
harmonics.
true
Yep.
harmonics.
Yep.
Which is actually really cool.
Yeah. And some of those harmonics are not easy to hit too. Like if you can't, I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time hitting, like, I don't know, I'm thinking like the 8th fret. It's a hard harmonic to hit, like
there's
not every,
certain notes, there's certain frets where it's easy and certain ones
Yeah.
where it's like you have to be like spot on to hit it.
exactly. Yeah. Well,
He's a good
actually,
guitar
it's funny.
player.
The only other clip I pulled was him talking about how he learned harmonics. So I'll play that real quick since we're on the topic.
That's cool.
I think like Neurosis was the only band around that was fading in harmonics.
Yeah.
You know, that beep, beep, using like Steve used a lot of them. And I remember your
That's Chris
your
Conto's
approach
talking
to
about
it was so cool. And it wasn't just the pinch harmonic. There were these
Natural
cool,
harmonics.
Yes. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. I mean, I learned how to do that because I would be learning like Celtic Frost songs and DRI songs and go, and just get feedback. And I had an amp that was like 4.5 inches big and I couldn't get feedback. So I was like, what is that sound? And then I just went, and I was like, and it was wrong. I learned it wrong. I just thought that feedback was a harmonic.
But you can hear that in the background. Like that's a really good, like loud fucking harmonic. Damn.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the king of harmonics these days. Like the way he uses them. Between him and Steve, Zach Wilde, they're both like fantastic.
And I always wonder, like for myself, like, is it? I've like I've had a forbidden versus violence thing in my head, and I've always been like like a forbidden guy, and like violence is, and it's not even fair to apply to this band. It's not. It's just Robb Flynn. It's not fair, but I think
Yeah.
it kind of carried over a little bit, unfairly. But
Probably
Okay.
a little bit.
this, I mean, this is a good album. It's produced really well. It's for that time,
Oh, yeah.
especially. Like it just sounds great.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guitar tone on this album is ridiculously
Oh,
good.
Well,
God.
I think the drums and the
Oh.
bass sound incredible too.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
just
Yeah,
mixed
the
really
drums-
well. So
drums sound really good.
I really, I'm really reversed on how I felt about that
Pretty funny.
like a week, maybe less than a week ago. Like
Yeah.
once I let go of how I thought I felt about it and just fucking listen to it, it's so good.
There was a note here that I found about when Robb Flynn left Vio-Lence, he was actually asked to be filling guitarist for Ministry.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I actually think that helped him. Like, I think he learned a bunch of songs by Ministry, and he said that it helped him with like writing the kind of style of music he wanted to write. Because he
Like-
mentioned in that clip I played earlier, it was like we wanted this to be something different and kind of like Alice in Chains, but Ministry and like different types of music. So,
Yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, this
Machine
is a
Head, I always liked much more than Violence. I've always liked them more.
yeah, me too.
This album is very different than what I shouldn't say what we were listening to, but it's not like other things. It's
Yeah.
There's a lot of staccato heaviness. There's that harmonics. But on the other hand, I will say that my favorite parts of this album, this record, are when they get like pure thrash. Like when they just fucking go
okay.
all out, balls out. That's their best shit by far. So
I don't know. I like when they go heavy as well because they do heavy. They've always done heavy.
they
really well.
do, and yeah, there's stuff that they do. Like I thought, like that's shit that we would have done. You, me, and
Oh, yeah.
Eric,
Oh, yeah.
like right?
Oh, big
Like,
influence. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like
Yeah, slow it down, make it super heavy.
Yep.
Take
Yeah,
that riff
but
and just make it halftime.
there's also times where they just go fucking full out thrash at the end of songs, and it's like, oh, this is so good.
You
You
probably
know,
like
and they
Blood for
don't
Blood
do it a
then.
lot, but I love it when they do. And it's probably better that they don't do it a lot because it leaves you wanting more, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
No, and that's I was very curious why. Like, I'm glad you explained all that, Joe, because I never really knew why you didn't like the album. Now I get it, or didn't like the band at all, really, back in the day. But now I get it. I was wondering if it was like lyrical content or something, or like you thought his lyrics were goofy or something.
I should interject then. He does rely on this media concept a little too much, which I think is kind of cheesy, but
Yeah. He's gotten better over time with his lyrics, so
Yeah.
kind of give him a pass in 1994. It's like,
Well, do you know that the original lyric, instead of "Let Freedom Ring" with a shotgun blast, did you know what the did you read about that?
No.
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 Oh God. All right. So instead of that, the lyric was "Get the fuck up to the bone breaking groove."
Oh, that's
No.
horrible.
Oh no.
He's like, for some bizarre reason, I thought that was really good.
Oh,
He said, I thought that for 3 weeks. And then I remember we played a warehouse party and we played that song and we got to that part and I sang that and I said, holy shit, this is horrible.
At least he's self-aware. That's good.
He's like, in that
That's-
moment, I went home that night and I just brainstormed and I came up with Let Freedom Ring with a shotgun blast, which is
That's
a
a little
much
better.
better lyric.
yeah.
Yeah.
God.
I know the thing about that, even that lyric was that like 2 lines before it, he talks about a bullet hitting the bone, and it's like cool, I guess, but even a shotgun doesn't shoot bullets. Like,
No.
Yeah, no, that's true.
it's kind of it's either buckshot or a slug. It's not a bullet, but okay.
He almost stopped. Well, I should say they almost stopped playing this song after all the mass shootings that were taking place. Well, they still take place, but
No, I can see that.
yeah,
Well,
he
yeah.
was
So I
just
haven't.
like,
Yeah, I have a note on that too. So
yeah,
he kind of he said it and then he kind of clarified it a few years later. So in 2017, when that Vegas shooting happened, he said in an interview, "I'm in favor of gun control. Everyone heard about Las Vegas. That dude had 23 assault rifles in his fucking hotel room. That's insane to me. It's a horrible thing that happened in Vegas. It's appalling. When I first heard the news, I couldn't even put it together. And that day, I had to play. What did he say? Oh, that no. He said that morning I thought I don't ever want to play the song Davidian again. I even texted the dudes. It's fucking crazy. We probably will. We'll discuss it. But what the fuck is going on with people right now? It's crazy. So that quote turned into Machine Head is never going to play Davidian again because of the lyric.
yeah, I remember that.
Which
Yeah,
in 2020 he's like 2021 he said I never said that. He's just clarified. I didn't want to play it at
No,
the
that
time.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
It's like
especially-
I feel like it's like this. It's kind of on the same level as Clutch not wanting to play Binge and Purge because it started riots in places. Like,
No, really, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
how can like it's your art, and like how are you gonna like take responsibility for how people react to it?
Yeah.
yeah,
But I also understand like that's a fucking heavy lyric. Like if you think of one lyric from this album that we're talking about, like that's the lyric, right? That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
oh
line.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Like it's huge and it's impactful.
But in the context of the song, it makes sense. Like if you read what the song is about,
Yeah,
you know,
it does.
I don't know if you know what it's
He's
about.
not like
no, I'm not sure if I know what I'd like to know what you think.
So it's the Davidian. What is it? Davidian. I'm
Is
sure.
that the
Keith would-
Waco people?
Yeah.
Okay,
And so it's
Yeah.
about the whole standoff that lasted like 30 days or whatever it was, where
right.
and then they finally just raided the place and just started killing people basically.
Mm.
And it was the DEA or whichever government association went in there and did all that. It was basically saying,
It was the
Drug Enforcement Administration.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
DEA. Was
Yeah.
it? Well, no, it's not DEA. What is it? What is their name? Come on. It's not
I don't know.
DEA. It's
Not DEA. Oh, well, because it wouldn't be drugs. Yeah, it wouldn't be. I'm not sure.
DEA is it's drugs. It's the alcohol, tobacco, firearms. It's it.
I was gonna,
ATF.
damn it, I was going to say ATF.
ATF.
I was like, can't be
Yeah.
ATF. Huh,
Oh, okay. But I guess my take is like they're going in and blowing shit up and blowing people away, and they're part of this government association. So let freedom ring, government with a shotgun blast, fucking killing
Mhm.
people. That's the way I look at it anyway.
Yeah.
So, we've been talking
I
about that
wonder
song.
what-
We should probably play a little bit of it.
I
Yeah.
wonder what his. Yeah, I'd like to know his feelings on it when he wrote it, because it's complicated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
We
30
should
years ago too.
we should play
so-
that. We haven't played much of this album at all.
We
No,
should
yeah.
discuss the album cover quickly at some point too, because it's not very good.
It's not. It's cheesy.
That was I took a note on that too. It was actually by some fairly known artist that put that together, I believe.
Yeah, that rings a bell. It's just whatever they were attempting, it's not great.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even know what that. I guess that's a guy with like some sort of burn my eyes, obviously.
Yeah,
His eyes are
but-
burning. Yeah, but what the hell's going on there?
I don't know.
Oh, Dave McKean is
Dave
the artist.
McKean.
McKean,
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go. Keen.
I feel like he wrote comic books or graphic novels or something. Like he has some.
Yeah,
relevant-
it says he's working with Neil
relevant history.
Gaiman
There you go. That's what it was.
Uh,
Neil Gaiman. Yeah.
and Stephen King.
Okay.
So wow, he didn't do this one justice.
No.
I mean, maybe that's exactly what he wanted, but it's not good.
Cheesy.
I mean, it's just goofy looking,
Yeah.
just weird looking face, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Looks kind of industrial, but it's not. I don't know. It's just
It
weird.
does kind of look industrial. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a frontline assembly or something, but it's just I don't know. Ugh.
The Machine Head logo, Robb Flynn came up with that. I do know that.
Okay.
The MH thing.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. Well,
Just
here,
make
let's
that the
play,
album cover.
yeah, let's play some of this.
That's the album right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's Machine Head's first album right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
For
funny,
whatever you
like
think.
those lyrics. If he had all the lyrics and then he like the bullet connects at last, get the fuck up to the bone breaking beat or whatever. Like you said, like that doesn't make any
what?
sense.
So weird. Why? Ugh.
I'm glad that was just a placeholder because that would have been
What's-
something.
Yeah, I feel like somebody at some point would have told him.
I hope so.
That doesn't
Yeah.
work. What are you doing?
So,
Yeah, Davidian's definitely one of my favorite songs on the album.
Oh yeah.
I
Probably
did
is the
find a
best
note.
song
It
on
does
the
say the DEA were the people that rated that. The Davidian, the Branch Davidian folks, which is, I don't know. That's
It
a
was the
quote from
AT
Robb Flynn, though. So maybe
it's
he,
the
maybe he,
ATF though.
yeah,
But maybe they
fluffed
were
out the
part of
quote.
it. But I don't think the DEA has like that capability. I think it's the ATF.
Yeah, I think
But
you're probably
It
right.
was 100% the ATF that did it. Whether they had like other people involved, I don't know.
No.
Well, we should mention that the album shipped over 400,000 copies worldwide, becoming Roadrunner Records' best-selling debut album until the release of Slipknot's self-titled debut album.
Wow.
That's pretty freaking good.
It's weird to me to think that Slipknot's first album only came out only 5 years after this.
Yeah, I know that is weird.
It feels
94
like
to
it was a lot.
99.
Yeah, it feels like it was a
Yeah.
lot more recent, that first Slipknot album.
Oh, that does. Yeah, that's true. But even like
Get that?
94 to 99 seems like in your head that's a long time. Like a lot of stuff happened in the
Mhm.
90s, at least probably
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
us. But
It's all
nowadays, 5 years is nothing.
right. It's all perspective based on age.
Yeah. Yeah, it totally is.
Yeah.
Like 5 years and whatever.
Right. Nowadays, that's nothing.
2019, that was yesterday.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Well, say 2019, that's a good segue because they did in 2019 they came back together, and so there was a whole breakup with where Phil Demmel left, and then I think
Dave McClain.
Dave McClain left. I think at that point the bass player had already, because Jared was already with the band at that
Phil
point.
Demmel is
So, yeah.
another guitar player or a singer.
Guitar player.
Guitar player.
He was also
Okay,
in
so-
Vio-Lence.
So Vio-Lence, it was those two were guitar
Yeah.
players, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
right.
yep. And he came in 2003.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he joined the band when they went back to being really good after they
Yes.
after they stopped doing their
Yes.
rap rock stuff. They wrote Through the Ashes of Empire, which is a great album. And
That
when
whole
Phil
thing
Demmel
is crazy. They were dropped by their label, and they were just kind of like doing whatever they wanted to. So they were like, let's write a fucking thrash album, like a proper
Yeah.
good thrash album. And then Roadrunner picked them back up. That's the simple version of the story, but ultimately they were back on Roadrunner. So
I have a Phil Demmel who we've run into twice at a concert.
Yeah.
And we met him because we did the whole meet and greet thing with Machine Head back in, what was that, 2015 or something like that.
15, yeah, 15.
But this is pretty embarrassing, but I'll tell the story anyway. So when we saw Metallica and Machine Head were the openers, this was the Death Magnetic tour, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And
World Magnetic, technically.
yes. So we had floor seats for that. It was me and Tim and some friends, and we got a nice spot in the corner by the stage, and we were just hanging out, and like Metallica was doing their show, and they came out back for their encore. And when they came back for their encore, I was like looking around. Phil Demmel was standing right behind me, like literally, like just behind me. I'm like, holy shit, it's Phil Demmel. So, and he stayed like through the encore, and they stopped, and people started filing out, and I followed him, and I started talking to him, and I said the stupidest fucking thing, and I don't know why I said this, because I knew it was wrong. And he looked at me like I had like three heads. He's like, I said, you guys, you're so cool because you never like you stuck to your guns and you were metal all the time. You never did like rap rock or anything like that. And he looked at me, he's like, yeah, actually they did. We did do rap rock. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no. Oh,
I know. I was all nervous and I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Okay, never mind. I gotta go.
God.
That's
Oh
cool.
no.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was not good. Yeah. Sorry, Phil. We'll
Yeah.
have him on one day and I'll tell him that story and he'll laugh.
Yeah.
But they're all super cool dudes. We met them on the what store was that? That was the
Bloodstone and Diamonds.
Lone and Diamonds tour. Yeah, that's right. And they were great guys.
Yeah.
Tim was wearing his 94 Machine Head shirt, and
Yeah. Which I was gonna wear
Robb
tonight,
Flynn
but
had
I
a-
forgot. But it was
How does Tim have like brand new pristine shirts? But
they're
his
30 years old.
albums that he never opened are like fucking deteriorated. Like,
well, this shirt is brand new, but the Machine Head one was pretty old, but it was still in good shape. But
Yeah.
he signed, it's up there. He put to Tim old school, is what he wrote on my little poster thing I got.
Yeah. I still, what's crazy? I still have the poster. I got a shirt that ended up shrinking in the wash, so it never fit me again. So I have that, and I have like something else that we got at the show. Oh, the little
Yeah,
lanyard
there's a
thing.
lanyard.
Actually,
Yeah.
that right there is that's the Machine Head lanyard right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go.
So my plan was I was going to put those in like a display case and put it in my office, and it's been sitting there for 7 years, 8 years, whatever, 9. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They signed everything. So
Yeah, they were really
that was
cool.
cool.
Hanging out and just shooting the shit. We were asking them about touring with Metallica, and they had a lot of cool stories about that. So
Yeah.
anyway,
That was a lot of fun.
back to this album. Let's play a little Death Church because that was the first song they wrote.
Well, before we go away from Davidian, we probably should play that ending.
Oh, the ending? Yeah, you're right.
wait, we haven't played shit for this album, have we?
No, we haven't. But I mean, if you're going to play anything from that album, it's got to be that heavy part of Davidian. Holy shit. The first time I heard that, I was like, oh my God.
That is a riff that we would have riffed.
Oh, yeah.
It totally is.
Yeah. I love the drums.
Good use of the drums too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
We should mention that Chris Contos is now in Forbidden.
That's right.
Congratulations on your promotion.
I don't know. Like he was in a bunch of different bands too. Like he's
yeah,
all,
he's been all over. Yeah.
So there was in 2019 when I kind of got away from the story, but in 2019 they got back together with the original lineup from this album and did like, they did a live in the studio of this album, which is on Spotify.
Yeah.
And Tip has the vinyl.
I do.
But they did a whole
Splatter vinyl.
interview. That's where I got those clips from. Was that interview that the clips I played earlier from that interview? But Chris Contos was on that, and he's talking about like just the dude is into a lot of shit because he was talking about just like listening to different types of rap and Celtic Frost and like all these different bands, and he was like, I was so excited because you were like trying to incorporate all that stuff into there, and he even had some what do you call it? He's like, you even had some of that knee lifter stuff, and they're like, what the fuck is knee lifter? He's like, when people rap and they like lift their knees up, they're doing this thing. I was like, okay.
Wow.
It is.
I think he's the only person who says that.
Yeah. Jared was there and he got a kick out of that. He was like, I had never heard that before.
Nobody has.
No. He's like, yeah, man, we used to go watch knee lifters ball. Come on.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
So I think the Rage to Overcome has the thrash elements that I like. I
Mhm.
should have taken more notes.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
I was,
I got
you know what?
notes.
Every time I listened to the album again and again, I was like, I can't believe I like this. It wasn't that I can't believe I like it. It was more like I can't believe I hated this so much before. Like there was a weird feeling in me.
Yeah.
But the Rage to Overcome, I think, is one of the big thrash ones. I know Block. Block is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
God
So good.
damn, the fucking end, like even the whole song, but the end is just like fuck.
Yeah.
Stupid name, but fuck it, I'll take it.
Well, I think it was called "Fuck It All" originally.
Yeah, I think
should
it
be.
was.
But yeah, Rage to Overcome, Block, Sangre por Sangre, which was the Blood for Blood.
Yeah.
It's a different
I
name.
figured you like "Blood for Blood." That's a good thrasher.
Yeah, that it is a great one. But that's also Hell Yeah, a Hell Yeah song.
Oh,
Sangre
is
por
it?
Sangre. Sangre por Sangre, you remember that one? It's one of their big songs, I think. That's what it means, is Blood for Blood.
Didn't know that.
3 coins in a fountain.
Well, let's play "Rage to Overcome." We're talking about that.
Sure.
A little bit of it. Look at this. That's another Eric Ford riff.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's good. Pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. We didn't mention there's definitely a Pantera thing going on here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there really is. You can tell he was like, that Pantera stuff's pretty good. Even lyrically, it feels like there's some Phil Anselmo.
Pretty good.
A ton of
Yeah,
songs.
I mean,
have these
there's no
parts of the
doubt. I mean,
vocals.
he had to be influenced by both, lyrically, vocally, musically, like all of it, because there is a lot of that to it. I mean, metal wise in '94, obviously, Far Beyond Driven coming out at number 1, they were kind of the kings at the moment. So it doesn't, it's. I wouldn't say he was ripping them off, but to use them as an influence is a good
No.
idea. So
Yeah, this isn't. No, this it has pieces that sound like Pantera, but it doesn't sound like Pantera, if that makes sense.
Right.
It
Yeah.
has like ingredients from Pantera, but this doesn't sound like Far Beyond Driven or something.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, some people have claimed that this was like the beginning of nu metal. This what he was doing here, and I'm like, would we?
Yeah, I feel like every band in like 94, 93, if they have any sort of like groove, they're like, oh, that's the birth of
Yeah.
nu metal right there.
I know. It's totally true. It's like
It's not true.
no, like it's ridiculous. Like, oh, it grooves here, so this is birth of nu metal. Look at it, sounds like Linkin Park. Like, no, it does not. No, it doesn't. You're being stupid.
Trust me, we'll talk about Korn later this year. Then you can say, okay, if that can be the birth of nu metal if you want.
Sure.
But this is not. This is not.
No, it's not.
I mean, this is like
there was
so much of this album is it's just thrash. It's just straight up thrash.
There's a ton of it is just
90s thrash,
It's
basically.
thrash, and there's some groove metal. Basically, is what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old was a video song. It was their
That's right.
hit.
Their hit.
That's a great
their
chorus.
hit song. Yeah, that's a good song. Remember that. another thing he does too is the octave stuff. That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't.
good riff.
I really. I'm not a big fan of the rappiness that he does.
Mhm.
So that's kind of an issue for me. But
Well, yeah.
it's
He's always
not
liked rap, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, don't listen to what were those 2 albums that came out?
Well, I've seen the videos of
Oh yeah.
when
Yeah,
they were
Supercharger was
new,
probably
it was
the-
like
yeah.
it was like, what are you fucking like? Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's a shame because there's some really good songs in those albums, but they get sort of overshadowed by the cheeseball
Mm.
new or the rap stuff. It's like what is
They're in like
Yeah.
what, like the jumpsuits, like they were in corn.
yeah, jumpsuits, and he's got like cornrows, and it's like what the fuck.
Well, there is a video for Davidian, and he's got cornrows in that too. So
Okay.
but there's like 3
funny
different
that-
shots. There's like a live thing, and he doesn't have cornrows, and then there's the video part of it. He's got the cornrows, but
They
And
toured with
really, I
Slayer
wouldn't
and-
care. I wouldn't care about his hairdo at all. It's just like I know that there's like a rap rock thing that they do, and it's like, ugh,
yeah.
It's not great.
what
you know.
the fuck?
Both Slayer and this album called out 1994 on their
Oh yeah.
one of their songs. And they both toured
Yeah.
together. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea. Don't do that. Don't mention the
Hey,
year. It's never
Ghost
good.
just did it.
Did they really?
Well, yeah, they said it.
Oh, that's true. Well,
the
yeah,
new
the
Ghost song. It's
20s.
like in 2024, but he is singing it from like
Oh,
the
okay.
perspective of someone in the 60s.
Okay, that's a little different.
Yeah.
But if you're like it's 1994 and like
Yeah.
it's not going to be that in like months. So
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's play Blood for Blood.
this was
Cigarette boy.
potentially could have been a violent song, but
Yeah. This beginning is kind of long.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's goofy.
Do that live. Don't do that on the album.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a violence riff.
Yeah. Do you have respect? That sounds familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, very Pantera right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, there's some Pantera.
I always liked I'm Your God Now. That was always one of my favorites.
Oh,
The ending of
so
that
good.
song. So good.
Oh. He also says drink up, shoot in.
Yes, he
in that
does.
Song.
Yes, it's
Like,
like Metallica
oh.
lyric.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he's a huge Metallica fan, so
What? Who?
Trying to get to this part. No, not bad. What am I doing? listen to the guitar solo. We haven't talked about that yet, so. The guy Logan on this album, the other lead guitar player,
Yeah.
he'd never played lead before
What?
on anything. No.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So good.
This part. So good.
Oh. So good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, in that interview that from 2019, they were talking about Logan came in there. I don't know if he'd been in like a big, well, I've definitely not been in a big band before, but like it seemed like from the way he was talking, and this was one of the first bands he's ever been in, because he was like, yeah, I'd never really played lead before, so I just kind of like did a bunch of noises and shit when it came to be my turn to play a lead. So he's like,
God.
I did take one lesson from Rob, so
Yeah.
it's funny.
That's crazy.
I know. Did we play Death Church yet? We didn't play Death Church yet, did we? No.
Mhm.
No.
We didn't?
No. I talked about playing it, but we didn't.
Oh, that's right.
This,
Okay.
this one, I don't see how this could have been a violent song. It's slow and heavy. And
Yeah. The beginning is dumb.
yeah, it's silly.
This is apparently
It's dumb. Stupid.
it is. It's apparently
Dumb robots.
like a Charles Manson thing. It's like Charles Manson tapes but slowed down.
Okay.
Good snare stuff in this one.
Yeah. He's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this isn't not really one of my favorites on the album. I don't hate it. It's kind of slow
it's-
and
Yeah. There's a I think it's a pick scrape he's doing around 5:15. I'd never even noticed it until I was listening on headphones. Like 30 years later, I was like, I never noticed that.
yeah.
It's just
Interesting.
weird, like yeah.
Okay.
You hear that?
Yeah, I think it was just a wah and just like
Okay.
scraping. It was, yeah, I think there was a pick scrape in there, but it was just like
With a wah.
wah with, yeah.
I never noticed it till like yesterday.
Huh.
I was like, whoa, that's cool.
It's interesting how these
Um,
things come up like nowadays when you're listening in headphones, where, you know,
Yeah.
that's happened to me too, where it's like I every time I listened to this album before, it was driving or whatever, and now like listening on headphones, it's like, oh, I noticed that. Yeah, happens
I
to me
know
whenever.
that's happened. That happens all the time, actually. Because yeah, these were all car albums, all of them.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's things with headphones. You're like, oh, there's separation happening. I never
yeah,
noticed
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's cool.
Crazy.
That's great. Can we go to a block?
Wait, not yet. There's still some stuff like
Okay.
if you go to None But My Own, the riff at 22 seconds is super heavy, and then there's that crazy noise at 40 seconds. So awesome. That song was awesome. This.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's a really good example of how good the production is too, because you can hear everything pretty
Yeah.
damn well. Like there's a good bass part that you can hear.
Yeah. It's a great song.
Yeah, but the drums sound great. The guitar tone is really good.
Some good, clean vocals.
This guy, the producer, Colin, not Colin Robertson, that's a different guy. Colin
Richardson.
Robinson, Colin Richardson. He
He's done a
was,
bunch of stuff, right?
yeah, he's a big time like death metal guy. It looks like
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Brutal Truth, Napalm Death, Carcass, Gorefest, Bolt
Ooh,
Thrower,
Gorefest.
Disincarnate. How much you want to bet I don't like Disincarnate?
I'm gonna say you probably don't like them. I never really heard of them. So
I never heard
Heard
of
of
him.
'em.
Oh, James Murphy was in that band apparently.
No, what? He was in more than one band.
Yeah, I know, right? He was in another death metal band. What?
That's weird. He was in 2 bands. That's so fucking weird.
if all of us have a blind spot in our metal knowledge, it'd be death metal.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like these days too, there's so many different subgenres of metal that I can even tell you.
I
like,
can't. No,
you know, what's a good black metal band? I have no
I don't know
fucking
what that
clue.
means.
I don't.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know.
It's probably good though.
Norwegian.
Subject matter for another episode.
Yeah.
We'll do a deep dive into all black metal. No, we won't.
I hate blacks. I mean metal. Shit. Fuck.
That sounds like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
Fucked.
Yeah.
I said black metal. I didn't say blacks. Okay. Block. Good lord, this song.
It's good, right?
Damn good.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Kind of awesome.
That riff. Oh. It's so good.
It's good, right? Okay.
I think that'll do.
Yeah.
That had to be the album closer. Had to be.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Good lord. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wrote down that's the best song on the album. So I guess that's the best song on the album for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's consensus. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gotta be.
Good
I mean,
lord, it's-
Davidian's awesome too, and Old is really good
Yeah.
also. But I think
yeah.
that song is just ridiculous.
You had a Nation on Fire like around 4:30. Yeah.
That's when the circle pit breaks out.
Yeah, for sure.
What is this?
What is that? This is a nation on fire.
Yeah.
It's Machine Head.
It's Machine Head?
Yeah, this is on this album.
Okay. It didn't sound that foreign to me. I just was wondering.
It's good.
Yeah. Well, let's grade this thing. It's gosh, what is it for me? I don't even write it down yet.
I didn't either. Right? Thought, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Do it live. I mean, it's up there for me. I'd say A minus.
That's yep. That's what I was like an A minus.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna go B plus, which I
Nice.
wouldn't
Yeah.
even have done
A week ago.
a week ago. I swear. I thought I kind of hated the album, even though I didn't even hate the band. Like it wasn't that. It was just I didn't like this album, but no,
No.
okay.
Yeah.
It's not their best, but it's definitely up there.
It's really good.
I know. I got to go back and listen to the '97 album because I totally forgot about that album. I looked at the album cover. I'm like, oh, I know that album. I don't ever listen to it. So
It's good.
the more things change, yeah.
10-ton hammer, son.
That's the album opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played as a cover band, and they were called 10-ton hammer when they were.
Okay.
I don't know when that was, but they just played some shitty club and they played a bunch of like Metallica songs, a bunch of just
Yeah.
cover songs. They're called 10-ton hammer. Everyone knew who it was. It was like, oh, who could that be? But
Yeah. Right. That was the cool thing that Robb Flynn was doing. I think Rob and Jared were doing this during COVID. Is just they do these happy hours, like electric happy hour or something like that, where they just go on Facebook Live or YouTube Live and just he'd have everything hooked up and he'd be playing along to shit, or he'd be doing covers of Metallica songs, or like basically just doing a concert from his studio. It was really cool.
Yeah. There's a weird thing about that time where you're like, okay, for the most part it was horrible, but there's these weird things you're nostalgic for, like that.
Right.
Like bands were trying to be creative and doing these really cool things because they couldn't get out. And you're like, man, this is awesome. Like Clutch did that, and other bands were doing like these little Facebook things and YouTube things, and really cool.
Yep. 311 did a few from the studio concerts too, and there were collaborations that people were doing too, which was really cool. Like different band members, like Charlie had that whole thing going on. Charlie Benante had that whole thing going on where he was bringing in all these different band members from all these other bands playing covers of their songs. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of gone away.
That, man. Yeah,
I know they should. Yeah, and I work from home, but I'm in the office way more now than I was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
It's funny. I'm looking at their discography, and it's really just those two albums that aren't good, right? The Burning Red, and they're not like I can't tell you a song on the Burning Red and Supercharger. Like,
oh my god, the Burning Red has a song. That song 5 is fucking awesome. Oh my god, so good. That album really isn't bad. It's just got a couple songs where you're like, that's stupid. But I mean, it's not really the only one. I think the only album that's got, I don't know. I think Supercharger was clunky for sure, but it had a song in there that was awesome. Was that? Hang on, I'll get it.
This was the height of rap rock too, by the way. 2001, like music was very weird in 2001. So especially metal. So
yeah, for sure.
It's not surprising that they would do something like that, but
song is Trephination is a song on Supercharger that's awesome.
Trephination,
yeah.
Sounds like a disease or something. Oh, I got the trephination.
But yeah, they got as soon as things Phil Dillon came in and this is Trephination. Yeah. Song's awesome.
I used to want to take control of my head, let the pain out of the hole. I used to want to cut the veins in my neck, cool the blood boil in my soul. And when I wondered why my daily headaches thundered, tried to buffer, pushing down the pain I suffered, mutilated, feeling so humiliated. Can't I watch the dirt off underneath my skin?
That ain't rap rock.
No. Production's not very good though.
No, it's not.
There was a part of me left far behind when at the age
I'll have to listen to those albums. I just don't know them that well.
Yeah. I do remember buying it, and yeah, the production was so underwhelming. I was like, man, this is hard to get into because it just doesn't sound very good.
Yeah. I forgot
But,
they covered
yeah.
Battery around 2006.
Oh yeah,
That was a good cover, I think. Let me play some of it.
yes, it was. I remember Dave McClain saying, he's like, people give Lars shit. He's like, this was really hard to play. This was really hard.
Tune down.
The bass is loud.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm sure it's tuned down to match his voice.
Yeah.
He can't do the Hetfield. But
All right.
Hey.
Good.
Yeah.
You on this this episode?
Mhm.
All right. Well, for Tim and for Joe, this is Eric saying.
Thank you. Good fucking night. Energy, aggression, power. To sum it up, it's a vulgar display of power.
Sometimes I think you drink just a little too much blood.
I'm sorry, I'm going to PA. Bloodaholics Anonymous.
Cut it out.
Cut it up big time.
They are miserable slaves of Satan.
Some cunt's recording this.
You have been in the presence of evil.
You